Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Alphafox,
And I'm Szasstam.
and we're here today to play a little Dark Souls. We're gonna start a new game today, and we're gonna make this a bit of an informative run.
I'm here to provide the jokes. Alpha's here to tell you what's going on.
And that's exactly what we're gonna name our character, Alpha. It will be. I'm gonna do female. I'm feeling female.
That's what I wanted to see. That's what I came here for. Some female gameplay.
If any of you are wondering about class choice, it really depends on what you want to build. I would say never start with a pyromancer or a wanderer or a knight, but warrior is really good if you want to start with a quality build. You can actually see their stats there on the bottom left. And a quality build is all about balancing strength and dexterity to a certain point, and since you're starting out with even, it's usually a good starting choice for quality. Or bandit is good for strength, thief is a good dex build character, sorcerer obviously intelligence, and cleric obviously faith. And deprived can let you do a very, very, very balanced playthrough. If you're not really sure what you want to be, deprived can let you kind of balance it out. But for now, we're gonna do a quality build, I think, for this run, and I'm gonna go with warrior. Master Key is kind of the only real good gift to be taking. Thieves do start out with it as one of their items, so you can choose something if you feel like it for a thief, but Master Key is kind of necessary otherwise. I like my women slim, not too slim.
I'm more of a body positive guy. I don't really care about. I do.
And
I love women of all sizes. Is what I'm getting
and we're gonna go with the. My woman's gonna have a bit of the Asian persuasion going on.
Oh yeah.
Hair.
I think we gotta check out the bun. What's the bun look like?
Bun, typical bun. Braided is nice. It's like a braided bun.
I like the braided.
I do too. I'm a fan of the braided.
The braids don't look as disgusting as the rest of the hair.
And I'm gonna give her dark red hair.
Right.
And that's our character, and we're gonna accept, and we're gonna get this underway. Now, like I said, this is gonna be informative. I'm not gonna be.
Are we gonna talk over this cutscene?
Oh, goodness, right.
The world was
Be quiet.
unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
So yeah, that was a cutscene.
There's a lot of lore behind the explanation of a lot of those things that happen in the video. I'm thinking I'd like to make a separate video, kind of just with some
Yes,
hodgepodge
indeed.
gameplay in the back.
The dark
Explaining.
side brands the undead.
Nito looked pretty good.
We'll be seeing him a lot later in the game, but we'll be seeing him.
I was in a band once called Ninjas in the Oven.
Yeah, how'd that?
Undead are corralled and
That
How'd
was
that work?
awful. That didn't turn us.
Doesn't sound like
Is
it.
this still? Oh, we probably shouldn't even be talking to. Oh, whatever. There's subtitles.
where
You
they
know.
are
That.
locked away.
And I'll explain a little.
End of the world.
And here we meet our wonderful, intrepid hero.
This is your fate.
Locked away in a cell.
It's like a rehab center. Undead.
You could kind of call it that.
Whew. Did not look so good.
Now you see this character up here who pushed the body down is Oscar of Astora. And the explanation behind him is he was planned to have a bigger part in the game, but they got kind of sidetracked away from that, and so now he just helps you get through the tutorial, which is the Undead Asylum. Now the Undead Asylum was created for those undead who have lost all humanity to be sent to kind of rot away. They are just, they're forced to stay here. There's no escape.
Except for you're escaping.
Shh, they don't know about that. This is informative. This is for new players. They don't know
I'm just saying, you know.
Alright, first major part, bonfires. Bonfires allow you to refill your Estus flask, which I'll explain more later. And when you rest at them, they give you the ability to level up. You can kindle the bonfires to get more Estus flasks, and you can also turn yourself human. When you rest at a bonfire, however, every enemy in the area instantly resets to the position it was last in. So if you killed the enemy, it will be there. Nice view up of the Asylum Demon, which is our first challenge to overcome. But I'm not going to mess with him right now. We're here. We're going to light this second bonfire right here. Head on down. get ourselves our heater shield. I'll explain a little bit more about some of the numbers you're seeing there once I get past and out toward.
Get away from you.
He's not gonna get. We got ourselves a long sword. It's not some piece of junk anymore. We're
This
gonna
is some
stab
sort
him in
of
the
prison
back.
for undead. Why do they just have so many weapons laying?
I mean, if the undead just kill themselves off, you know, all the better. Less work.
All right, I guess that makes sense.
I don't. It's hard to see, but up there's a boulder. We're gonna be sly. Let it breeze on past. And here we find the rescuer push the body down for us, and he's not looking too great. And let's hear what he has to say.
Oh, you. You're no hollow, hmm? Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you?
I suppose I can.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Alright.
Oh, and this.
And he's gonna give us
Now I
another
must
key.
bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Poor Oscar.
I noticed
Alright.
they spelled favorite with a U.
Yes, they are friendly to all regions, not just the Americas. Poor Oscar's gonna off himself for us so he doesn't attack us when he goes hollow. We're gonna two-hand our weapon here. I'm great at this game. Get rid of this pesky. And here is where the game shows you how to parry. Right, I believe it's this map. Yes. Not very informative, so I'm going to give everyone out there a little tip. The best thing to do is when you want to parry an enemy is wait for their attack animation for their hand to hit around where your shield is. And when I mash L2 or the left trigger, it bashes my shield sideways like that. That's me attempting to parry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to parry this guy. And then if you attack shortly after, you can riposte. And it's considered a critical hit.
And then you can pillage the body. Those ragdolls are pretty good.
We're going to two-hand our weapon. This is the Asylum Demon. We're gonna show him we're not afraid. Pretty simple boss, just as long as you keep behind him, he's not too much trouble. If he does that fly up thing, when he lands, the shockwave can cause you to stagger, take a little bit of damage, so it's usually good to wait a second after he lands.
You defeated me.
I did defeat. here, and we're gonna find our first item that the world of Dark Souls is littered with. Souls of Undead. It becomes an item in your inventory, and when you use it, that little counter in the right gets more souls. And souls are used to level up, and also used as a currency to buy items from vendors and merchants.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Ugh, we gotta get like some aloe vera on our face. We look so burnt. It's gross.
Don't worry, we'll be able to fix that shortly. Welcome to Firelink Shrine. This is the major hub of the game. This is where everything will eventually lead you back to.
All roads.
Gonna grab some humanity, one of the bigger points of the game, and the reason it's a huge deal is we're gonna show you right here. Now, if you look at the stuff over here on the right, aside from poise, you have bleed resist, poison resist, and curse resist, as well as item discovery. These three will go up as you level, but item discovery will never change unless as well as my curse resist has also gone up a slight amount. The cap for both item discovery and cursed resist is at 10 humanity in the stock in that upper left corner. So if I go any higher than 10, it's not going to give me any benefit. And the diminishing returns for item discovery is extremely high for each consecutive humanity you use to boost it. So, one, you're pretty set. If you use more just for item discovery, you're better off just saving it in your inventory, because that can disappear if you die. And I know I'm ignoring the NPCs right now, but we're gonna have a chat with them later. Just gonna run around, grab some of the items that I'm laying about.
All sorts of clips.
In this chest here we have Homeward Bones.
A reference to the famous animal.
Very much so. When you use the item, it allows you to return back to the last bonfire you rested at. Cracked red eye orbs, which are an online item. It allows you to invade another player's world.
A reference to the movie Red Eye, I am sure.
And that
Not really
Morningstar
reference.
talisman, not useful to us. And Lloyd's talisman. If you're curious about what that does, is it prevents Estus recovery, which means anyone trying to heal with their flask, it won't work. Gonna run down here, and these skeletons are gonna pop up, but I'm gonna run away from them. This, that actually leads towards an area called the Catacombs, which is not something we're going to be doing for quite some time. Skeletons like to keep chasing you until you come and rest at the... We're going to have a rest. And then we're going to see what some of these NPCs have to say.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
This guy is known as the Crestfallen Warrior. He
doesn't seem too positive.
No,
I
he's
think
not. He's not a
little
very nice
pessimistic about us
guy.
being here.
And we have this guy here. His name is Petrus of Thorin.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thorin. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Now he's meant to teach you that every NPC has multiple dialogue
Hello
options.
there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
He's gonna give us a copper coin.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yes, I would very much enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm
Very
down
well.
for it.
Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Eh, why not? I'll join your covenant thing. Alright, we are now
let me
a
share.
member of the Way of
Only
Light.
Their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
And we're gonna learn how to shrug. You know, us being undead, we're not the brightest in the bunch. We gotta learn how to shrug again. And he sells us mirror. And you can tell by this little number, by the burst of light, the 12, it's telling us that we need 12 faith to be able to use this miracle. Which we have 9. So really, I just talked to him just to be able to learn
Come
how to
again.
shrug.
The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Which, if you press select, you can use gestures. And I can shrug at him.
Hey!
Now then. Hope
That was
the-
the noise you're making while you shrugged.
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
just-
obviously. One more item we want to grab right over here for new players in case it's something they've missed. It's just a little soul, nothing too huge. And I'm not going to be using the master key to take any super secret shortcuts or anything like that. We're just gonna go this as simple as possible. Gonna get into the mindset of what a new player would normally do. Forgot about that
Oh.
guy.
Some firebomb. Your Greek fire.
Nothing in this area is... It's not too particularly difficult. It's more... just, don't attract more than one of them at a time. Number one rule in Dark Souls, if you can lure one out at a time of an enemy, you're better off doing it. Because otherwise, you can very much
Whoa,
eat.
whoa,
Whoa! Okay then.
Yeah, that was a close call.
And that's not what to do in Dark Souls.
Gotta make sure you're very sure of your footing.
Right, and I'm gonna get hit by that because I'm bad. This guy out. Pop a heal.
Drink some potion. Oh, rodents of unusual size, huh? I didn't think they existed.
Well, it's not like them to wander this far from the swamp. I think that one got lost. And here we are in the wonderful destination, the Undeadburg.
It's a nice suburb of Chicago.
Of Chicago.
Kind of a rough crowd, though. Trying to.
You know, just don't look at them. Don't try to talk to them. Don't
Just whacking with your sword.
yeah, don't beat them. Just you're best off just ignoring them. But some like me, I'm obviously encroaching on their territory and rather upset about that. That's why I have to deal with them. Like maybe if I had
Oh, these guys are just doing pull-ups. What do you?
you think that's what they're doing and then
No, I know that's what they're doing. You just pissed these guys off because you just killed their buddies.
well, you know,
They're just training for when
I'm
they're-
so used to just getting jumped by everything.
They were probably just training so they could get into the Navy SEALs or something.
You know, I don't think this game universe has Navy SEAL.
Well, you know, we'll have to consult the wiki. Look that up after we're done.
Yeah, this is important information that needs to be had. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get to the actual informative part of this Let's Play pretty soon here. I just need to get to this first boss.
Well, you've been pretty informative.
Not informative enough.
We-
You know
well,
how
we gotta
critical
make some, we
I
gotta
am.
make some time for some.
If you hold your shield up when that dragon lands, the blast will not stagger you. And you can be, if you're sprinting through this area, you can be killed by him. Alright. This door. You get a rather not that great shield. It has good lightning resistance, but that's about it. And these guys like to hide behind their shield until they decide it's a good time to attack, and this guy'll just backpedal.
He's just intimidated. He was probably like giving you like the silent undead signal for please spare my life, please.
You know, I think
Run him through with your sword.
I honestly think that whole system's just made up.
It's kind of like, you know, the pirate code.
Well, like, if that's the case, why did he even, like, lift his shield up? He could have just said, hey, you know, don't kill me. Here we have the Undead Merchant, and if you remember back to the cinematic when the game opened, it said that all the dragons are gone. Dragons are no more. Well, he's going to tell us why that quote-unquote dragon is there.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
And then now, if we talk to him...
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
So as you hear from there, that it's not actually a dragon, it's a drake. Which is a more frowned upon, lesser dragon.
Yeah, it's like a dragon nobody likes.
And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to purchase this residence key so that we can open some of the doors in the Undeadburg. We're not going to be purchasing any weapons or shields, and I think I'm good on my armor, so we're just going to say thank you. And we're going to run up to our first bonfire. And I think we'll cut the video there for the first part. And the next one, I promise, will have a bit more information for new players out there.
We'll see about that.
But until then... see you guys next time.
Oh, wait, wow. Real clever.